I'm not a conspiracy theorist here, but am I? Feels like maybe. So over the weekend, Joe Perry and Billy Joel. By the way, for those of you that watch the morning show with Anthony on the vlog, you'll take a look at the back corner here. We got a little something for everybody. If you're listening on the radio right now, you don't know what I'm talking about, go to WEHN.com, check out the morning show with Anthony vlog. A little something back there, a little hint, a little Easter egg, as they call it. Back of the studio right now. Besides that, Joe Perry at Madison Square Garden on Saturday night was the special guest of Billy Joel's. We got a shot of them, also backstage pre-show. After the show's over, TMZ reports that Perry goes down, collapses backstage. Paramedics call to the scene. They insert a trachea tube down his throat, get him to breathe, get him back up and running, ship him over to the hospital. A rep for Joe Perry said yesterday, quote, following a guest performance during Billy Joel's show last night at Madison Square Garden, Joe Perry experienced shortness of breath and was treated backstage by paramedics who gave the guitarist oxygen and used a tracheal tube to clear his airway before taking him to a hospital. This morning, Perry remains in the hospital where he is alert and responsive, and the guitarist will be unable to appear at the Rock and Roll Fantasy Camp in Florida and apologizes to those attending. Perry is expected to return to the road later this month. Here's why I'm worried about Joe Perry. And again, conspiracy theories, foul play, I don't know what, your wife, his brother-in-law, a cousin, a manager, I don't know who. Maybe it's Joe himself. I don't know. But I feel like something is going on here because this is the second time this guy has collapsed. And he's in the city doing Billy Joel's thing. On Sunday, he was supposed to be in Florida doing a rock and roll fantasy camp. He's got tour dates on his website, and this is all in between Aerosmith stuff. We already told you earlier in an earlier episode of the morning show with Anthony that he's going to be doing the Bud Light Super Bowl Music Fest, and that's coming up in February. So it's like his calendar is full. That's nothing crazy. A lot of artists' calendars are full. You know, a lot of artists are running around doing some crazy stuff. But Joe Perry, again, this is not the first time this has happened to him. And you look at his schedule this summer, and it's like it's jammed up with stuff. Jammed up. He's in Madison Square Garden one night, and the next day he's in Florida. I mean, he's 68 years old. You know? And by the way, 68 in musician years, successful touring, gone through the whole drug thing musician years, that's like 142. That's a lot. It's like it's like a dog years kind of thing. You gotta do the math. 68's like 142 at least. I don't know who's pushing him hard, but it feels like it's somebody, and perhaps he shouldn't be going as hard. Case in point, you go back to just 2 years ago. He was on the road with Hollywood Vampires, and he was touring, and he collapsed backstage after a Hollywood Vampire show. Now, Alice Cooper, who's in the Hollywood, it's Alice Cooper, Joe Perry, and Johnny Depp. That's the Hollywood Vampires. Well after that happened, well after, somebody was interviewing Alice Cooper, and he said that he didn't even know he collapsed. And then he wound up learning that Joe Perry hadn't eaten or slept in 2 days. How is that happening? How are you not eating or sleeping in 2 days out on the road? They were doing like 8 shows in 9 nights. So that's a little alarming. But then I give you Exhibit C. Steven Tyler, shortly after Joe Perry collapses, speaking to Billboard magazine. And this is the thing where I thought of, as soon as I heard that Perry collapsed on Saturday, this is what I thought of right away. 2 years ago, Steven Tyler, I almost said Stephen Perry, Steven Tyler, in the interview with Billboard magazine said this, and I quote, "I'm really concerned. I know they're putting out nothing, but he's recovering. He's really good. He fainted, exhaustion." This is because there was, for a while there, nobody was saying everything. So we said, I know they're putting out nothing, but he's recovering. He's really good. He fainted. It's exhaustion. Continue quote. "But I know my brother. He's just about the only other guy that's as passionate about his art as I am. He's always asking me to do 3-4 Aerosmith shows in a row, and I can't. I'll blow my voice out. I know how to maintain my career, my health, and Joe is passionate. I don't think he knows how to. I think he's out there, and someone's overbooking him. They're doing like 8 or 9 shows in a row or 5 in a row. I think they're a little burnt. I think he may need to look at that. Not young anymore, you know? Initial reports. Oh, and that was is it? Let me see here. Blah, 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 blah. And then he went on to go say a couple other things. He wasn't getting as much news as he wanted to. Let's see here. I don't give an expletive about the ban. I want Joe to live. I'm really concerned and worried right now. I'm not getting any news. I'm a little bummed out, and that scares me. I don't know whether it's heat exhaustion or whether he's been working himself too hard or getting off on the wrong things passionately. I don't know what it is, but I know that nobody's talking to me. I can only tell you that Joe's my brother, and I love him so much. Like right, like when you hear that, don't you get the vibe like there's somebody behind all of this, or somebody controlling Joe, or not giving Joe all the information, right? I don't know if I'm going off of conspiracy theories here, because I just watched that Elvis documentary on HBO, which was super good and all about Colonel Parker and all the stuff that he did to Elvis, you know. But I'm kind of starting to get that little vibe. I'm getting that vibe in here, like he's passionate combined with somebody's not having his best interest in heart. And they're just throwing him out there at all these things. Like, you're 68. Take a day. Take a day in between stuff. Make sure you're eating. Make sure you're sleeping. Again, this feels like easy stuff. You know? It feels like easy stuff. I don't know who's driving him so hard. Shouldn't be about money, or they should have plenty of money, plenty of everything for the Perry, clan. Crew, family, whatever. Again, I don't know if it's significant other, family member, manager. I don't know who it is. And I don't want to stoke conspiracy theory flames, but this is twice in 2 years this guy's gone down after a performance where he's got a packed schedule. His bandmate forever is like, I'm concerned somebody's overbooking him. You know? Then Alice Cooper's going, yeah, well, he hadn't eaten or slept in 2. I mean, come on. There's something going on here that we don't know about. I don't think that these are just 2 random events that happened over the course of 2 years. I feel like this is like, there's something going on here. That's just my gut feeling about it.